Following the death of Grand Moff Tarkin, the Empire undertook the daunting task of replacing the famous Grand Moff, filling the void left after the destruction of the Death Star. In particular, the Empire needed someone to oversee the Imperial Oversector Outer, a massive section of space that contained the majority of sectors within the galaxy's outer rim. For this role, the Empire turned to Imperial Moff Ardus Kaine, who was promoted to Grand Moff and replaced Tarkin as the Overseer of Oversector Outer. The ambitious Ardus Kaine wasn't a surprising choice. He'd long been a supporter of Palpatine, going back to his early days as a senator from Naboo, remaining loyal as Palpatine rose to become Supreme Chancellor and ultimately the Emperor. Kaine would become an Imperial fanatic, adopting the principles of the new Imperial Order fully, and worked tirelessly to ensure the officers of the Republic's Grand Army supported the new Empire. Kaine's new position as Grand Moff represented his long commitment to Palpatine personally and his service to the Empire. Upon taking his new rank, Grand Moff Kaine would start actions that would come to define his later career as an Imperial Warlord following the Battle of Endor. Kaine would come to see the Outer Rim, specifically the New Territories region in the northern section of the galaxy, as crucial to the existence and survival of the Empire. In this regard, Kaine moved the headquarters of his Oversector to the faraway planet of Intrala, and began allocating significant military and economic resources to the region. The choice to build up the sector's military resources would turn out to be extremely prudent for Grand Moff Kaine. When the Emperor died at Endor, Kaine now controlled one of the most powerful starfleets in the entire galaxy. For example, Kaine's elite task force, known as Scourge Squadron, comparable to Vader's Death Squadron, contained 24 Imperial-class Star Destroyers, underpinned by his 19-kilometer Executor-class Super Star Destroyer, the Reaper. Combined with the hundreds of capital ships located within his Oversector, Kaine's forces were unmatched by any Rebel or Imperial. With such firepower at his fingertips, one might think that Grand Moff Kaine then went on a mission to restore the position of the Empire by rallying Imperial forces against the rebellion after Endor. But Kaine would do just the opposite. With the Emperor's death, Kaine ordered his forces to regroup at the edges of the galaxy at Intrala. While there was hope within the Imperial remnant that Kaine's powerful Starfleet would assist the remaining holdings of the Empire fight off the rebels, the Grand Moff would not come to their aid. In fact, Kaine wouldn't even attempt to defend the totality of Oversector Outer, allowing the rebellion to take sections of the Outer Rim as he focused solely on the New Territories. In the same year as the rebel victory at Endor, Kaine met with 14 other Moffs who held power in the New Territories on the planet of Moonalist, in addition to a number of the galaxy's most powerful corporations. Here, they would sign a treaty to create the Pentastar Alignment, a political conglomerate that made Ardus Kaine its head of state, head of government, and commander-in-chief, but governed by its Chamber of Order. The move allowed the Grand Moff to further consolidate his holdings in the Outer Rim, as well as to distance himself from the other Imperial warlords that emerged after Endor. But make no mistake, the Pentastar Alignment, his vast fleet of capital ships, and his distance from the forces of the emerging New Republic made Grand Moff Kaine the most powerful of the warlords that rose to prominence in the power struggle after Endor. And yet, Kaine still solely focused inward, even as the New Republic was sweeping across the galaxy. Over the next 4 years, the New Republic would regain Coruscant and the Galactic Core, the powerful Imperial Warlord Zinj was dead, and the High Admiral Pterodok fled into the Deep Core to avoid a similar fate. By AABY, many within the Pentastar Alignment believed it was only a matter of time before the New Republic successfully conquered them as well. But even with New Republic forces in control of territories bordering the alignment, Kaine was still not persuaded to act. Fortunately for the Pentastar Alignment, those wishing to go on the offensive against the New Republic found their savior in the re-emergence of Grand Admiral Thrawn, who rejoined the forces of the alignment, having come back from the unknown regions. And Grand Admiral Kaine wasn't a fool. Recognizing Thrawn's intention to attack the New Republic, and the fact that his own forces were now rallying around the Grand Admiral, Kaine agreed to create a military confederation that temporarily placed Thrawn at the head of many of the forces led by the Grand Moff. However, while Kaine would arrange to give Thrawn control of the Alignment's forces, he refused to provide the Chiss Grand Admiral with his own Super Star Destroyer, the Reaper. Of course, Thrawn would achieve a number of stunning victories, pushing the New Republic to the brink of collapse before his assassination. The successes of Thrawn's campaign put Grand Moff Kaine in a tough position. It showed promise that the New Republic wasn't invincible, and Kaine was forced to swear before the Pentastar Alignment's Chamber of Order that he would continue where Thrawn ended. 1 year later, Kaine was forced to make good on that promise when the reborn Emperor Palpatine emerged and summoned the Grand Moff to his throne world of Biss within the galaxy's deep core, where Kaine acknowledged Palpatine's authority. Grand Moff Kaine would finally lead the Pentastar Alignment's forces in the Reborn Emperor's campaign against the New Republic, helping to reconquer the core worlds. But it was a campaign he wouldn't survive. In 10 ABY, Kaine was killed in the Battle of Palani when his shuttle was ambushed by New Republic E-Wings. But the architect of the Pentastar Alignment and the most powerful Imperial Warlord in the post-Endor period would continue to leave a lasting impact on the galaxy. The section of space secured by Kaine within the new territories would go on to form the backbone of the Imperial remnant that would emerge within the next decade, ultimately ensuring the survival of the Empire after the reborn Palpatine's failed campaign. So there we have it, the rise and fall of Grand Moff Ardus Kaine. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter at SW Reading Club for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me... for being better off in the deep core.